Hello, welcome to another episode of stampinwithcandace.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fun background and this simple little card here. I've got everything kind of ready to go. We are using the Set Sail stamp set and the setting sail punch to go with that. So for this one, instead of doing a full card, I'm actually making this as the background. So I've already pre-prepared it. I just have an 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 background page here. And I want to get right to the edge with this. I want to make sure that we're totally filled in as much as possible. So we want to get close, really close to the edge on this. Otherwise, it doesn't work as well. And I'm just using my Stampin' Sail. I like the plus just because it, if you can see, I'll pull it. Oh, that wasn't good. Hang on. Try that again. It has like these little, like, you can kind of see those little grooves, and they just make it a little bit easier to break off when you're creating something. So that's why I like it a little bit better. Now you can see here we got it a little bit over the edge, just a tiny bit, but we're just gonna kind of fold it back over. It's not going to matter a whole lot because we're going to go and trim it really quick. But so I've cut up the colors that I'm using: Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, Real Red, and Whisper White. And this was actually a TGIF color challenge. And then we're going to go here and we're just going to start on the edge and we're going to line it up. And I remember the first time I ever taught this technique. Sorry. Get down to the edge here. The people had a really hard time with it because I want you to put these on in a completely random, no rhyme or reason, no pattern. Just grab one and stick it on. You'll also notice that they are cut to all different widths. When you're making your pieces, you really just want to kind of just slice away. No specifics on how you want to slice. Now you can see that we put a lot of glue on there specifically because these pieces are so thin, we want to make sure that there's going to be plenty for them to stick to. And we're just going to keep going. Hopefully I can do this pretty quickly here. And I'm pushing it against the edge just to make sure that it lines up nice and straight. I want it to be, as straight as possible. This one got cut a little weird on the end, so I'm gonna try and move it down. Nope, it's not gonna work, so we'll just grab a different one. And you'll notice that these are all cut so that they're longer than the piece of paper that I'm working with, because like I said, we're going to cut it off afterwards, but it's much easier than trying to line them up every time, like when I was trying to do this one. That becomes a bit more of a challenge. And see if this one's long enough. Nope. grab a different one. Again, no real rhyme or reason. You can use any combination of colors. I've found 3 to 4 colors usually works best for this technique, and you can do it for just a partial part of the card. You can do it for a large part of the card. Doesn't really matter, you know. There's a lot of variety that you can do with this particular technique. And I'm going to take one kind of really thick piece here and set it aside because I want one that can overhang on the edge here when we get to that end. You can try and find one that lines up just perfectly, but I found it's easier just to have it overlay. I should have had one that I kind of started. Oh, maybe I'll hold that one for my side instead, so it's a different color than what I started with. Hopefully you've had a chance to check out some of my other videos. I know some of them are kind of old. I haven't been doing as much lately, but been trying to find the time to create a little bit more and share with you guys. So hopefully you've enjoyed what I've been able to share with you. We're getting close to the end here. And obviously, the thicker your stripes, the faster this goes. But just depends on the look that you're wanting and going for. Again, like I said, you want a variety of different widths. It's a great way to use up scraps of paper. You could also use designer series paper to create the same thing. Great way to use up some scraps of designer series paper as well. And I don't know about you, but I often have lots of little teeny scraps like this of paper that I've cut off because I needed, you know, 4 instead of 4 1/4. So I have a little strip and stuff. So I know I have in the past actually just had a place where I've kept ones like this when I've been doing several. See, almost done here. We're going to put this one on the end. And we'll just move the rest of these out of the way. So now we have our thing covered. And then we're going to grab our cutter here. Now this one is our scoring blade. This one is our cutting blade. So we're going to line this up right here. And we're just going to cut off the little edges. And we're going to flip it here. Cut that one off. Same thing here. And this one we lined up already, so we should be good. So to finish this card off, I just used my circle die here and the mini cut and emboss, and I cut out a circle on here. We're going to just use our bone folder, get that nice and down. Then we're going to use our Bermuda Bay, and I have a stamp that says, "Hope it's your best day ever." I'm going to stamp that right here. And then we have the yellow piece for inside, so we're going to slip that inside, and we're just going to stamp some birds here and set that aside for a minute. And we are going to, actually we're going to do this piece first. So when I'm stamping and punching, I like to try and kind of see how the punch is. You're going to be punching it from this side, so we should be able to put it in like that. So we're going to stamp that there, release. And yeah, I could try and line that up, but sometimes it's just easier to have the extra. So we're going to punch that little guy out there, and hopefully I have enough room here. Open our little red, and let's see which one. I'm going to actually do this one first. So I'm going to stamp this one right here and punch it out. I did this one first so that because it's closer to the edge and I don't have to worry about it punching into this space, which leaves me enough room to do this one. Oh, good thing there's two sides of the paper, right? And then let's see, sometimes I have to cut a little bit so we can get that in there. You always want to make sure you have something to hold on to. If you don't, you can always use a Post-it note. I've done that before as well. And we're going to grab some mini glue dots so that we can put this together. We're going to put one on the top right here. And we're going to put one right here on this corner so we can attach it to our cell. Or our sailboat. Attach our sail to our sailboat. And this one we want it to be underneath, so we're going to attach it to the front here. And right here. And then we're going to attach it so it's underneath. And you can kind of still see the cell in between there. And then we are going to throw mini glue dots so you can see that it's hanging over right here. So we can put a mini glue dot here. We can put one, hopefully, about right here. We can put one here. And we can put one, I guess it's not mini glue dots. These are mini Stampin' dimensionals. Sorry, said that wrong. And we're just going to grab a little bit of our white twine here and put this around here and tie a little bow. You don't have to have the ribbon, but I just like the little bit of ribbon on it. And grab my ribbon scissors. I have them marked so I know that they are specifically for ribbon. If you didn't know, I typically do that because once you cut with paper, it will dull your scissors. So if growing up, if your mom ever did sewing, she'd get mad at you for cutting paper with her sewing scissors. That's why, because it will dull it. And I'm just going to cut the end just a little bit there. All right, and we're going to add a little bit more glue to the back here. And center that into the middle of our card. Let's see. And you can do this either way, just depends on which way you want it to go. I'm going to put that there. We're going to take these off. And throw our little sailboat right here on our card. And you have a quick, easy, fun little card that you can do and write your message here that's going to still be covered up. And hopefully you enjoyed that quick card. I'd love to see what you come up with using this same technique. Thanks so much for sharing with me. You remember you can visit me on stampinwithcandace.com and find out more information on the products that I use. Have a great day and happy stamping. Bye.